the national anthem.
A sovereign motherland. Flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign in peace or battle honored to hand unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty Nigeria may be blessed.
What an anthem. We should say amen to it. Thank you. Please be seated. Very, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, just before the opening ceremony, which is built to start later this morning, we'll have some pitching session. But before we get into that, let me invite the NDIS Summit Coordinator and Chairman, Board of Trustees, Nigeria Diaspora Summit Initiative, Dr. Ms. Badewa Adejugbe Williams, to the podium for a brief remark. Please welcome her with a round of applause.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, our government officials, our ambassadors and high commissioners attending this event, distinguished investors, pitchers, moderators, interventionists, exhibitors, the media, and really our sponsors. We're so grateful. Welcome all. It is with immense pleasure and pride that I stand before you this morning as we open the 7th Nigerian Diaspora Investment Summit. This is the 7th, and if you are aware, it is lucky number 7. Today we gather not just as individuals, but as a united community, driven by a shared vision of progress, opportunity, and innovation for the development of our nation through the empowerment of our people. Over the years, the NDIS has achieved remarkable milestones, serving as a vital platform that bridges the gap between the Nigerian diaspora and our homeland, Nigeria. We have witnessed the transformative power of investment, and we have many success stories. As our diaspora communities have continued to play a vital and a pivotal role in fostering economic growth and development across various sectors in Nigeria. The contributions made by our diaspora in terms of financial investments, knowledge transfer, and mentorship have significantly uplifted the entrepreneurial landscape, empowering countless Nigerians to realize their dreams. You touch one is touching others. The summit is a testament to the impact we can achieve when we come together. We have seen inspiring speeches from entrepreneurs who are not just chasing profits, but are also committed to making a difference in their communities. The innovative solutions and ideas presented here today reflect the boundless potential of our nation and the resilience of our people. I would like to take this opportunity to express our heartfelt gratitude to the federal government of Nigeria for its unwavering support and commitment to creating an enabling environment for investment and entrepreneurship. Your leadership and vision have been instrumental in fostering a thriving ecosystem that encourages collaborations and growth. Additionally, we want to extend our deepest appreciation to the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, led by the esteemed Honorable Dr. Abike Dabiri Erewa, OON. Her tireless efforts, dedication to engaging the diaspora and facilitating meaningful connections between them and our homeland is commendable. The efforts of our commission have greatly contributed to the success of the summit and the ongoing dialogue between our diaspora communities and Nigeria. To our sponsors, whose unwavering support has made this event possible, thank you for your commitment to the development of Nigeria and its entrepreneurs. Your dedication to fostering an environment where ideas can flourish and investment can thrive is invaluable. We really appreciate you. To our global diaspora communities, thank you for your relentless efforts to make a positive impact on the lives of Nigerians both at home and also abroad, for making us proud to hold our heads up as Nigerians all over the world. Your contributions are not just monetary, they resonate deeply within the fabric of our society, inspiring the hope and ambition among our youth and aspiring entrepreneurs. As we embark on this journey together during the summit, I encourage each one of you to engage with each other, collaborate with each other, build that network and make it bigger and stronger. And let us expand our boundaries and explore the myriad of opportunities that lie ahead. Let us continue to work hand in hand to build a brighter future for Nigerians and for Nigeria, driven by innovation, inclusivity, and sustainable development. Once again, I want to welcome you all to the 7th Nigerian Diaspora Investment Summit, where pitching is the game of the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please give her another round of applause. As we get set to start the first pitching session, I want to invite Marie David and Kachi Ononuju to direct this session, and it will be moderated by Dr. Michael Oladiji, Chief Executive Officer, Formation Technologies Limited, Nigeria. Dr. Michael, if you're here, please approach the podium to take a seat here. Dr. Michael, are you here? Please come to the podium, sir. Please a round of applause for them as they take the stage. Marie.
Hello, everybody. Standing on existing protocol, I just want to say again, welcome. I want to just do a little housekeeping to the pitches. You have 3 minutes total. Before I do that, is Barrister Kachi in the room? My colleague, Barrister Kachi, okay, is here? Okay. But anyways, we have 3 minutes, and please, like we talked about, go directly to your ask. Introduce yourself, you ask, and let's be done. If you have slides, and if you want if you want the media to transition your slide, you have to tell them, next slide, please. That way we're just going. And then I would like you to please make a reference to your program, which will show when you are next in the program. That way you are already queued up for the very next, to come up right after the person that is speaking. Some people are going to be online, and if you're online and you can hear me, please indicate that you are there, and so that we know that you are there, so that we don't have any break in between. We really need to be more efficient today, and because time is fast spent and it's a long day. With that, I want to ask everybody to relax. Welcome to the 7th Annual Nigerian Diaspora Investment Summit, and thank you. So, Mr. MC, do I just hand over to the moderator now? Okay.
Yes, but just before you hand over to the moderator, let me also invite the interventionist, founder, Great Business Platform, Mr. Sam Onibanjo, to also join the moderator on the stage. And with that, we can allow the moderator take the stage. So we invite the teachers, I believe, now, and we'll be good to go. 3 minutes, please do remember.
Okay, great. I'm back here. I know who the teachers are, and the very first teacher for this sector, and just in case you were wondering, the very first pitching session is focused on finance, fintech, and everything to do with finance and fintech, and a little bit of ICT, as you would hear in their pitching. So it's my great pleasure to invite to the podium my brother, my friend, Dr. Chris Brooks, with a round of applause to pitch to us. Mr. Chris Brooks is going to be talking about the Clarendon Capital Ventures. Please project his slides, media.
Good morning. I'm here today to talk about the power of partnership. And to tell the story that I want to tell, I'm going to take it back to the beginning. So, next slide, please. My grandfather and my grandmother are from Jamaica, and I grew up with a very Jamaican American identity. And all I knew was Jamaica and America. And then as an adult, I took an ancestry test and learned that my Jamaican ancestry was Nigerian ancestry. So I stand before you today as a member of the Nigerian diaspora, and I love Nigeria. I hold Nigeria in my heart. Now, my very first trip to Nigeria was in 2022 when I was at this podium on this stage speaking at this forum. I had never been to Nigeria before 2022. And when I came in 2022, I learned a lot about this country. I learned a lot about how this country views finance and investment. And I was very convinced that I had a role to play to help Nigeria rise up financially and become a major competitor in global markets. I went back to America. I was leading a venture capital firm at the time, but our venture capital firm did not invest directly onto the African continent. So what did I do? I began a plan to put myself in position to invest directly into Nigeria. And what did this mean? Well, over the last 2 years, I was on this podium 2 years ago today. So in 2 years, I exited the initial venture capital firm that I co-founded and was a managing partner of, and launched a brand new venture capital firm called Clarendon Capital Ventures that directly invests into Nigeria and onto the African continent. I started a new doctoral program. So I have my doctorate. My first doctoral program was in theology. I started a Doctor of Global Leadership program so that I could research the Nigerian economy with a specific sub-focus on the Nigerian solid mineral sector. I authored my first book entitled Omowale, which you can find out at Dr. Badua's table, because I am so proud of my Nigerian ancestry and my Nigerian heritage. In many ways, I have transformed my whole life to shape my life toward the nation of Nigeria and to spend the rest of my life working for the nation of Nigeria to rise up and take its rightful place on the global stage, specifically economically. So what do American-based or Europe-based diaspora investors need? What we need is a public-private partnership model. And the reason we need this model is because we want to work directly with the Nigerian federal government. We also need private sector partners who understand the landscape of the nation of Nigeria, who can help us navigate from a distance the nuances of the nation and what needs to happen here at the local level. The new firm that I started, Clarendon Capital Ventures, my business partner in that venture is a gentleman by the name of Keith Price. Keith Price is a black man who used to work for multiple global banks. In his last banking position, he managed a 60 billion USD portfolio for Citigroup. So we are very serious about moving capital globally and moving capital into the African continent, into the nation of Nigeria, so that we can start to build a more robust and resilient Nigerian economy. I call this the power of partnership. So I stand before you today with multiple businesses that are trying to make their way into the Nigerian country. Many of them have Nigerian patents that have been approved. We bring solutions that can help solve some of Nigeria's deepest challenges like clean energy and fintech. Additionally, many of the entrepreneurs that we've invested in over the last several years are Nigerian diaspora entrepreneurs.
You have 1 minute more.
1 minute more. So we are very serious about Nigeria. We are very serious about bringing investment to Nigeria. We need these public-private partnerships, and we're looking for a highly relational engagement. We don't want this to be transactional where we just sign some papers and then we walk away. We really want to build deep, lasting relationships with Nigerian entrepreneurs, investors, stakeholders, so that we can work together to create brand new, enormous value and a fantastic return on investment. Thank you.
Thank you. The moderator.
Distinguished members, distinguished guests, our investors, and esteemed pitchers, I want to welcome you all again to this very crucial session. This technology session, it's one of the most crucial part of this event. The Nigerian Diaspora Investment Summit, as you all know, is not a conference. It's an avenue to connect investors with businesses. And we've all listened to Chris Brooks. Although I'm supposed to give more like an opening remarks before he delivered his speech, but it's okay. We can move with that. We have some. I think we need to take some questions from some of our interested investors. I don't know whether we all listen carefully to what Chris has just pitched, and perhaps we have 1 or 2 questions to ask. Please, we will be able to do that the moment the interventionists give insight as to regarding the pitch delivered by Chris Brooks. So, Mr. Sam, at the end of the questions. Okay, so we can take questions now, and then at the end of the question, the interventionist can deliver his insights into that pitch. Do we have any question?
All right, so in the absence of questions, I think one of the most important things is to actually understand the value of Omowale, aka Chris Brooks. This is a PPP opportunity, an opportunity to invest and to grow your money on a global scale. Listening to what he said and his background, I really feel confident that all that is needed is further education and sensitization. People just need to get used to who you are. They need to get used to what you're doing. And once it's normalized, I believe that you will experience amazing growth. And from me, thank you for reconnecting with Nigeria and investing here. Thank you.
Okay, so let me also add that it's avenue like this avenues for us to take advantage of businesses that have potential to scale. Just recently, we understand that a company also attained a unicorn status. And already, at the moment, we have technology companies as well as fintech companies that have attained this status, that have about $1 billion, valuation status. And when we connect at venues, at events like this, it's we have that opportunity to invest in such companies and take advantage of early backers advantage. So I really want to encourage us all in this house to, see the opportunity that has been presented by Chris Brooks, and let's see how we can network, how we can connect, and how we can collaborate and partner on that initiatives and ideas that he has shared. Thank you all.
Mary Davies takes the stage.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moderator. So we have, the next speaker is actually online. It will be Dr. Abdul Balogun, but he's being represented by Moshood. Moshood, are you online? Let us know. Otherwise, we're going to move on to the next person. Please let me know if Moshood is online.
Yes, I'm online.
Okay, thank you so much, Moshood. Please take the floor, and you have 3 minutes. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Sorry. So thank you very much for the opportunity. Good morning, everyone. I'm Moshood, representing Abdul Balogun from Software Business Solutions Consulting, or SBSE. Next slide. SBSE is here to seek and foster partnerships and collaborations with the incredible individuals and businesses represented here today. We are builders dedicated to helping you achieve your goals. In today's digital, globalized world, we have demonstrated our capabilities across continents. With a presence in Nigeria, India, Canada, and the US, SBSE delivers product development and enterprise technology services to organizations worldwide. Please, next slide, please. Our expertise fall under these 2 main categories: technology outsourcing. Think of us as an extension of your team. We provide technical specialists to augment your team's capacity without the overhead of hiring. The next one is bespoke solutions. We develop customized products and enterprise solutions tailored to each client's unique needs, ensuring optimal outcome. Next slide, please. Our creative and forward-thinking approach has earned us trust across industries from finance to retail. As you can see from the slide before you, here are some clients that we've worked with, a range of clients across different industries. Next slide, please. So what we are looking to do, or what we need, or the possible collaborations that we can get are pretty simple and straightforward. So we're looking for referrals. Do you know any business that could benefit from our solutions? Help us expand our network. Partnerships. Have an exciting, groundbreaking idea. Let us give you the technical support to bring it to life. SBSE representatives are on site and will be handing out business cards, so feel free to connect with us directly. We are excited to help you build your next idea. We're excited to help you achieve your goal as a business, and it's an amazing opportunity to be able to pitch that to the incredible and esteemed businesses and individuals over here. Thank you very much. We look forward to any possible collaborations.
Thank you so much. Can we take questions? Okay. So
If you have any question, please raise your hand. You will be identified and the microphone will be brought to you. If you have a question, please raise your hand. You will be identified and the microphone brought to you. Any hand? Any hand online? You can raise your hand electronically. You will be identified if you have a question. Okay, there's a hand there, physical. Please take the microphone there. Please just say your name, designation, and straight to your question. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Halima Shatima, and I'm a general participant. So, if I listen carefully, you said something about product development, product designer, and I'm just curious, what kind of products are you specifically talking about? Thank you.
Hi, Halima. Thank you for the question. So basically, when I say product, I mean IT products, so web applications, enterprise applications, mobile applications. Think of things like child deck, those kind of products, and even more beyond that as well. And also the products can also be customized to a particular enterprise as well. I hope I answered your question.
Has your question been answered? Please indicate. Thank you. Any other question, please? Do we have any question online? If you have a question online, please indicate by raising your hand electronically.
Okay, so
before we go online, let's take the physical hand here. Raise the hand again. I saw a hand. Yes, please stand. The microphone will come to you.
Good morning. My name is Joy Ekemeze, and my company is into oil and gas. My question is, for a company that is looking forward to scale and centralize most of their operations, do you help with ERP installation and trainings for companies as that? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that question. Yes, we do. We have experience with ERP building and installation. So we've done for a couple of companies, and we've also done for an offshore oil and gas company as well. We've done for manufacturing, retail, and oil and gas as well. So it's something that we can get into. Some of my colleagues are on site, as I mentioned earlier, and they will give you our business card so that you can contact us so we can discuss more. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll now take Jaiz Kolawole online. Jaiz, please ask your question. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the organizers. Thank you. My name is Mr. Jaiz Kolawole. I'm the founder and the president of the Nigerian Yorkshire Community Network in the diaspora. My question is very simple. We live in the diaspora in the United Kingdom in Leeds, West Yorkshire, and we have seen challenges in terms of the currency rate for Nigerians in the diaspora to continue to invest in Nigeria. What is this investment group? What are we doing? What is the Nigerian government doing to make sure we continue to work on the currency rate so that Nigerians can continue to invest in Nigerian economy in different sectors? As we know, we have individuals and organizations that are sort of like investing in Nigeria in terms of sort of like building hotels, building different types of businesses. But the currency rate in Nigeria is a big challenge. As we know, Nigerians in the diaspora remit $22 billion every year. So what is this summit? What is the Nigerian government trying to put forward in terms of making sure the Nigerian government continue to ease the currency challenges for Nigerians in the diaspora? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jaiz. Let me quickly remark that this particular session is supposed to take questions directed to the pitchers. So I'm sure that at a point during the summit, the organizers or a particular session will be able to address that specific questions that you just asked.
Thank you very much, sir. I believe Dr. Badewa will see to that question later. We now move on to the next speaker. Miss Mary Davies, you have the microphone.
Thank you so much for all the questions. May I have Dr. Alfred Tafade of Safely International come up to the stage for your pitch. You have 3 minutes, and thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. My name is Dr. Alfred Bisitofade, the CEO of Safely. As Uber focus on logistics, Airbnb on accommodation, Safely is about safety and security for travelers coming from everywhere to Nigeria. Here, our goal is to keep them safe. Next slide. I'm here to ask for your support on this lofty vision. We're asking for 1.78 billion naira for 10% equity in our company. Our company is currently valued at 17 billion naira. And you can see our projection in 5 years. Next slide. Our company is registered already in Nigeria. We operate already the past couple years, and we have an office in Ikoyi. The story of Simplify is very personal. I travel quite a bit, and one of my trips, I became very sick in a country I could not speak the language. My doctor could not help me, so it was perplexing, it was overwhelming. That is the story of many people here today, families who went on vacation, and vacation became depressing when they have to ship the corpse of their lovely one home. Why? Because they couldn't get help. A lot of Nigerians in diaspora are afraid to come home because they have safety concern. Folks got into hands of fraudsters, resources stolen, and there is no help in sight. More importantly, investors develop cold feet when they become concerned about their safety and security, making Nigeria to lose billions of dollars. In this slide, you will see what Simplify has done. We have created a platform making it simple to remove the pain, the fear, the concern of coming home or coming to Nigeria for business. We've created a telehealth platform where you can connect to doctors, vetted doctors, licensed anywhere in the country. We've created a telelegal portal whereby you need the service of a lawyer, whether for incorporation of a company or signing an agreement or you run into trouble. We have professionals that can take care of that. Airport concierge, people are looking for someone friendly when they come to the country that can receive them. We've created that, it's already operational. In fact, if you are traveling abroad, coming to US too, we have a replica of what we're doing in Nigeria there, but here it's about Nigeria. Elite services, those who come from very far, high net worth individuals, they are interested in Nigeria, but the fear, we've taken care of that as well. And also for those who are diaspora, who have parents in Nigeria, we thought about the concern they have about our aged parents. We're taking care of that as well. Hereby, they can get help when they contact Simplify. Next slide. Something about our hub is the uniqueness of geolocation. Wherever you are in the country, maybe you are lost, you are being kidnapped, or you're fighting something fearful, we know your coordinates. When you touch our hub, we can find ways to help you. Our hub has rapid communication, whereby other users of Simplify around you, they can come in for group rescue.
You have 1 minute more.
Our hub has video streaming, community rescue, and of course, national directories. When someone comes to the country, on one part of our hub, you can see various places you need their help, from banks to CAC and so forth. Last slide, please. Now, we have a lot of collaborative opportunities here today. Maybe you are a company, you are trying to invest in Nigeria, use Simplify. We're planning to collaborate with Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Trade and Industries, Insurance, and so on and so forth, to make it easy for everyone, even working with banks in one package. Investors and tourists, incentive package are available. I want to ask you today, support this initiative and let us grow big. The future is great, and together we will accomplish safety for Nigeria. People will feel comfortable to come to this environment through Simplify. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's interesting to have a 17 billion naira company pitching to us in this gathering. And I want to say that these are the unicorns of tomorrow. These are the companies that have the potential of being valued at $1 billion in the next few years. And it's an opportunity for us all seated in this hall to key in now that the company has not yet attained that unicorn status. I'm sure that by the time it gets to that level, you may not be getting as much as 10% stake in that company. Am I right?
That's correct.
When you get to $1 billion, we used to be offering a 10%
become higher.
Equity.
Yes.
So it's an advantage for us now to key in at this stage. Thank you so much. God bless. We can take questions, please.
If you have any question, please raise your hands. We have 3 hands And we'll take just those three at the physical venue. Number one.
My name is Olufemi Boyede, and I'm CEO of Koinonia Ventures Limited. This is yesterday. If you could please explain the answer. In the Old Testament in the Bible, God had a meeting and Lucifer joined the angels. In the New Testament, every time Jesus called his disciple, Judas was with them. Your presentation, your offering with reassuring Nigeria, do you have a plan in place? Because secure professional services that cuts across sectors and human activity. How do you ensure that the negative people, the bad boys, don't also get into your database and get presented to foreign investors as the right people to connect in whichever of those areas? Thank you.
Excellent question, Mr. Boyede. Thank you. Our platform has vetted professionals. You cannot practice on our telehealth. We have to check who you are, your license with the Nigerian Medical Association, with Nigerian Bar Association. We make sure, in fact, our legal division is headed by a senior advocate of Nigeria. It means that you cannot just sneak in. We check who you are. We vet you. We know where you work. We put a string round about you and also make you to commit to personal indemnity because you may make a mistake on the job. So we do all of those rigorous to make sure riffraff do not have a chance to breathe on our platform. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll take the next two questions before we get the answer.
Thank you. My name is Tunde Balogun. Thank you, sir. I love what you said. But my concern is looking at the diagrammatic pictures at the last minute. There's connectivity in tourism and aviation in terms of logistics security with solutions. Looking at your companies, you know in IATA standard, there's this we call the IFTA in terms of connectivity. Airlines, landing, in terms of aviation, correspondence. I will see, is there a way in terms of securities and other logistics, your company has a way of enhancing the ease of flight? One, the connectivity. Two, in terms of conferences and things like that. Thank you.
We'll take the next one so you can answer the two, sir.
Okay.
The next question, please.
Hi, good morning. My name is Dr. Barakati Legagage. I just have two questions, but I'll just wrap it up into one. The first question is, how does someone invest into your business? And the second question is, what is the return and the guarantee of the investors into your business? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Barakat. First, Mr. Balogun, I appreciate the question you asked. Simplify is scaling up. In fact, it's a matter of time. Our goal is to partner with major airlines coming to Nigeria, British Airways, Deltas, and all the likes. And also Air Peace flying out of the country. The goal of this is that we wanted to give tools in the hands of regular flyers who are coming in, that once they board the plane, everything that will keep them safe and secure is already lined up for them, right inside the plane, and when they are out, connectivity, security, safety, personal comfort and convenience is already in our works. And we're also working with Chamber of Commerce here in Nigeria, working with those who do a major event, conventions, church organizations, who receive dignitaries from afar. We're going to collaborate with them such that all these services are made available to them before they board the plane. We're even trying to work with the federal government to even help us with visa issuing for those investors who care about Nigeria, who are running up and down, finding visas to come to this country. That should not be their problem. So thank you for that. Second question, ma'am. The investment is very simple. We have a booth there, and we can talk more about that. Our company is internationally based and vested, and we are registered in Nigeria. And we have professionals, CFOs, CTOs, who ensure, and legal practitioners who ensure that there is safety of your investment. We follow all the international laws that protect investment of anyone who take interest in Safelyfy. And in the next 5 years, we are hopeful that Safelyfy will be the next Uber around the world, taking care of safety and security at the palm of your hands when you travel. And I hope that I come back next year, we'll have some so beautiful report to share with you all how this has scaled up. So please tell our friends in the diaspora, your families, your members, your friends who are traveling to this country, Safelyfy is here to keep them safe. And if you have folks in the diaspora who have parents in Nigeria who care for their loved ones, we have created networks of professionals in different states. Nurse will go to your family, they will check the vitals, they will report what they see so that their children across the world on our portal will be able to see the well-being of their family. If they are sick, they don't need to worry and walk around. They just refer to one of the hospitals in our network. Thank you again for listening.
Thank you very much. It's back to the moderator and interventionist.
Yeah, don't go yet. So that was a great pitch. That was a very clear pitch. Now I listened very carefully to some of the questions that were asked, and I want to actually help some of the audience so we can get this right. The first question, the question was asked really about when he was referring to some of these criminals coming into your system. I think he was actually referring to how you shore up your cybersecurity. So you don't have to answer now, but I think that is it. So if you can just, when you do future presentations, evidence this cyber security you have in place. Evidence your encryption. Those are some of the keywords that when you use will mitigate people's fear. It's encrypted. It's on, for example, Microsoft Azure. It's cloud-based, so people really understand the security and the type of AI you use to vet out bots or cowboys. The second question from the lady, I love that one. When she was asking about the return on investments, I think to actually engage more with an audience, it would do you justice if you worked with simpler examples. So for example, if you put in a block size of 1 million naira or 10 million naira, what is the time frame? You know, if we put it in over 3 years, what is the time frame that we'll get our returns? What is the interest rate that we're going to get? Those type of things, when they're simplified, or even if they're part of your slide, it will help imprint those pictures so they know, I give 10 million, I trust him. Most people in venture, we trust the team. So once people believe you, they say 10 million, this man, in 2 years' time, we're getting this back. So those are sort of value adds that I feel that if you add, you're going to scale even more. But overall, congratulations, and you know we're going to be talking about this business. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again, everyone. Thank you.
Just before you go, please, we have Honorable Abike Dabiri. She has a question to ask.
Yes, please.
First.
Can we have the microphone for Honorable Abike Dabiri quickly, please?
We're hearing you, ma'am.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I have a question for you, and I also have to Sam, who is an expert in AI and technology and all that. It's a beautiful app or product that you're trying to introduce, and we've talked about it. Number one, you should know that now you have visa on arrival. So when you come into Nigeria, there are processes where you don't have to go through the stress of getting a visa if you're doing businesses. So that's important for your customers. But most importantly is what is going to be on ground? Who are the local partners that you're going to be working with in such a way that when they do go on your side, get to know what they want to do, when they come in here, how do you provide for them? So who will you be working with? NIDCOM definitely is there to support you, but it's important to have that in mind. And then Mr. Odigbanjo, tell us what we can do with AI and technology, just in 3 words. Coming from the diaspora that can change a whole lot of narratives about who we are and what we can do. Thank you very much.
Let me go first. Thank you, Honorable. I haven't spoken to you. Safelyfy is actually partnering with NIDCOM. First of all, we have actually listed NIDCOM on our hub. In other words, anyone coming to Nigeria can easily find help just by looking at it. We've created a national directory that will consist of essential services that when you arrive at the airport, the questions in your mind is where, what do I do? Right there on the palm of your hands are resources. And one of such big resources for those of us who live in diaspora is that we look at the Commission for assistance, for guidance, for directions. So we're going to be working with you, madam, from time to time for updates so that we can share this update with all diaspora across the world. Our ambassador in New York actually is excited about this product. He wanted the minister to actually scale it to all the diplomatic embassies in Nigeria, that if you're coming to Nigeria, have Safelyfy in your hands. All our embassies can communicate to our diaspora brothers and sisters. When you're coming to Nigeria, there's provision for safety. If you ever have legal problems, if you ever had hospital needs, all of these are taken care of. We even are working with a cash card that when you go to a bank with a prepaid cash card, that the bank can recognize your card without you looking around for what to spend. Safelyfy is evolving and it's going to be great. We're going to work with Mr. Sam and other interested organizations here, how we can work together and scale this up and make investors to feel very comfortable that when they come to Nigeria, there is safety for them. Thank you again.
Okay, and just to also, I see your hand, sir, but let me just reply what Honorable asked. For everyone in this room, one of the biggest things that can happen is the opportunity to work and invest in Naira. So the question is, what can AI do for you? What can cybersecurity do for you? What can technology do for you in Nigeria right now? It gives you an opportunity to invest in Naira and get your returns in foreign exchange. Right? So I'm going to say that again. Living and working in Nigeria, you can invest in AI and technology. These platforms are used globally, and let me make it clearer for you. So when the payments are made internationally, they're made in foreign exchange. So you living in Nigeria can receive a yield in foreign exchange. You're going to hear from one of those companies later today. So this is very, very doable. So this is something that AI can do for you. And for the young people that are here, with AI and cybersecurity, there are not enough jobs. There are more than enough vacancies out there. Meaning, if you're a young person and you upskill, you're training in Nigeria, you get skills in Nigeria, you can live in Nigeria, and you can work for an international company, meaning remote jobs living in Nigeria. So technology is disrupting the entire globe, and it will help every young person here. So if you have a young friend, a young son, daughter, you can get involved in AI and cyber, live in Nigeria, work remotely, and earn in foreign exchange. So thank you, and I hope that really, really answers some questions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Interventionist. Should we take one additional question, or we should let...
I think we'll need to stop there and move on to the next. Okay. But just permit me to quickly recognize the distinguished Senator, Chairman, National Assembly, Senate Committee on Diaspora. Distinguished Senator Victor Ume is in the building. Marie takes the next picture.
Thank you so much, Dr. Alfred Tafade. That was very interesting and engaging conversation. Our next picture is going to be online. First, I want to make sure Mr. Paul Obalonye, are you queued up online on Zoom?
Yes.
Thank you so much. So we're going to hear from Mr. Paul Obalonye of HitchPay, and you have 3 minutes. And right after Mr. Paul Obalonye, we will take Mr. Martins Ogundare of Hub Connect. So Mr. Martins Ogundare, just realize and remember you are the next. Thank you. You take the stage now, sir.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Paul Obalonye. I'm the founder, CEO of HitchPay, a fintech startup revolutionizing payment for small businesses in Nigeria and, of course, across Africa. We are seeking an investment of 1 billion naira for 20% equity at a valuation of 20 billion naira. This funding will go towards product development, customer acquisition, marketing, licensing, hiring, and of course, operation. Let me tell you a little bit about why I started HitchPay. After spending a decade in the US, I returned to Lagos and went to buy a few things in the local market in Lagos Island. What struck me was the fact that 19 out of 20 small businesses didn't have the way to accept contactless payments. And this opened a market opportunity of over 120 billion naira. So this is where HitchPay steps in to bring in seamless contactless payment to small businesses without the need for expensive hardware. So merchants only need HitchPay app. So customers with any NFC enabled card or HitchPay app can simply tap on the merchant's phone, and then payment goes through straight and directly into the merchant's account. So currently, we're able to have over 40,000 merchants on our waiting list, eager to start using HitchPay. So this demand shows the massive potential of what we are currently building. So we are super excited about what we're currently building, and we would love to have you on this journey with us. So I'm open to questions, and of course, for more information, you can visit us on www.hitchpay.app. And also, you can shoot me a text on 003303888. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Paul Obalonye. It's very concise, it's very direct, it's straight to the point. It's a fintech company already doing a 1 billion naira in valuation. Doing 1 billion naira in valuation. Am I right, Mr. Obalonye? Hello, Paul Obalonye. I can't hear
you. The mic is mute.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Technical, please, we need your assistance.
Can you hear us online?
Yes, I can hear now.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm saying that you're already doing a 1 billion naira in valuation. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay.
20 billion.
And you are seeking an investment for 20% equity. Is that correct?
Correct.
Good. So the opportunity is open for us in this room. Mr. Paul Obalonye is doing 1 billion naira already, and he's seeking for investors to invest in his fintech company for a 20% equity.
Okay, guys, let me help you out with what this means. When someone says they have a 1 billion naira valuation, what it means to everyone here is that that is the projection. It means that this is what it's worth. It doesn't mean he's done 1 billion of business. But this is venture language. So when you talk about venture capital, this is how they say it. Then he's saying he wants people like you and me to actually buy part of his company for 20% of his company. But what we want to ask him, what you want to ask him is, well, if we put our money in, what return are we getting? Right? So Paul, if you're listening, it would do you good to tell us a time frame. This is what I said earlier. If we put money in, what is the time frame for return on investments? That's one. What is the yield? So how much is it growing by? Right? And then someone was asking, the truth is that there's hardly any guarantees in these things, right? There's hardly any, but what you want to look at is the time frame, the yield, and then you want to understand the competency of the team. So when a man tells you he's leading a team like this, and he has a waiting list of 40,000 potential, you need a bit more evidence, right? You want him to show that who has signed up. This is not to belittle what he's doing, but just to make people understand and to give you a bit more confidence, because these things work. This is how to really make money. If you can understand this type of example, you put money in, it grows better and faster. And I'll tell you something else. When you invest in these type of companies, you create jobs, right? So even if you're a government person here and you're saying job, 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 the way to create jobs is by investing in local business. That's how you create enterprise jobs, and then you help young people. And when you're dealing with technology, it's the fastest way to scale. Because like I said, if you have one Nigerian here that is willing to take, for example, 300,000 naira as a salary, right? That's about 110 pounds. There is no one in Europe or America that would take that. But you're doing the same job. So you have a competitive advantage. Naira being weak is an advantage to Nigeria. It means you can do jobs, you can live, and you just do it outsourced. So it's called remote working. All you need is internet. So this type of business, what it really means is if you work it, you can keep on making perpetual money. Okay, so I just wanted people to understand. So you don't just think 1 billion, 20%, what does it mean? No, this is what it means. So if you have a question on this, you want to connect with him, you want to ask him, but you want to really know that this is how money grows. Thank you.
Okay, so let me also add that this forum is not going to end at this session. There are sessions that will still happen at the end of this particular session. So interested investors, interested participants also have the opportunity to connect at the end of this session, to engage one-on-one with some of these pitchers and business owners and see how we can grow that networks, that connections, and take that innovation forward. So, but at the moment, we are open to, taking questions from participants. Let's have your questions, please.
If you have a question, please raise your hand. The gentleman in the red cloth is identified. Please stand. Can the microphone be given to him, please? Behind you, at the back.
Hello, my name is Olugbenga Odufua. I live in Aberdeen and I work with Borlight Limited. I've seen a lot about contactless banking with my experience in Europe, and I see that this what you are pitching to us is quite Nigeria. But my question is this: are you sure you'll be able to get a CBN license to operate this in Nigeria because of the identity issues in Nigeria? What I mean is this: with contactless payments, it's just tap, go. That means if the ATM card gets into a wrong hands, the person just taps and go. Will the CBN give you license for that? Because I'm not quite sure Nigeria is ready for that type of payment. Thank you.
Thank you for that question. Pretty much question. CBN has the opportunity to give us the license. And of course, I had a meeting with the NIPS, and they already have those integration and all of those things in place. So definitely there's provision for license with the CBN, definitely.
questions, please?
Do we have any other question, please? The hand raised over there. Yes, go ahead.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Frederick Fayomi. I'm the CEO of Acceptable Incorporated, as well as Black Crown Resource Limited. Now, my question is in this area of cloud and customers' data. How do you intend to protect the customer's data? Where do you store customers' information? I'm not sure what the law is here locally and how it addresses customers' information. How do you intend to store customers' information? Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's a very good question. So currently we are hosting HitchPay on AWS. And of course, for me as a software engineer and also a cybersecurity expert, we are currently storing this data in the African region. And reason being that, number one, we want to ensure that we have a super fast connectivity so that the time to get the data to the customers are super fast. And of course, in fact, funny enough, we just migrated all of our data from the US region to the African region, just for the sake of those compliance. So currently, the data is being stored in the African region.
Thank you so much, Mr. Paul. Okay, so we can take maybe one or two additional questions.
Do we have any other question? I suppose, Mr. Moderator, that will be it. It's back to you, sir. Okay, we have one here in front. Yes, please bring the microphone to the front. And that may have to be the last question as we approach the opening ceremony time. Thank you.
Good morning. As I previously mentioned, my name is Dr. Chris Brooks, and I'm a co-founder and managing partner at Clarin Capital Ventures. We are a venture capital firm that invests in African businesses both on the continent and in the diaspora. The question that I'm wondering that this entrepreneur can answer for me, but it's a question actually for all of the businesses that are presenting, is how do you arrive at valuation? Is it a revenue-based valuation? Is it a third-party external valuation? This is one of the things that every investor will want to know at some point, and saying it early on in the presentation or early on in the relationship gives the investor some comfort that there's some methodology, some way that you have done that's rigorous to arrive at that valuation. So if you could please tell me again what your valuation is and how you arrived at that valuation, that would help me better understand the opportunity.
Very wonderful question.
Yeah, thank you so much. So the justification for our valuation reflects on the enormous market potential. Okay, that's one. Two, our current traction of over 40,000 merchants on our waiting list waiting to be onboarded gives us that valuation. And of course, this demand combines with our hardware-free payment solution. So that positions us for rapid growth and adaptation.
Okay, so Dr. Chris, that was a standard venture question. Everything to do with what you heard Paul say, everything to do with an evaluation, just for people to learn, is always based on projection. So there never is a company that will say, I have 1 billion in my account, therefore I'm worth 1 billion. That's not how it works. It's done on projection. It means if I can sell this thing at this price to this amount of people over this period of time, therefore this is my evaluation. This is how it's done in America, this is how it's done in Europe, so it's not strange. But for you, as an investor, it's about doing your due diligence that means you need to understand, like someone else was asking, where is the data, where is it stored? They said Africa. I mean, they're talking about a SaaS model. Means nowadays data is stored in clouds. Because if you store it in an office, you remember in this country years ago, you hear Nitel building got burnt. Where is the file? It got burnt. That is a physical location. When you have it in a cloud, data in a cloud, then you can no longer have Nitel buildings being burnt in the cloud, or a snake went into the room. That's what we hear in Nigeria. So cloud things really work. So I just want you to understand this is what they're talking about. This is where they're going. And this technology you're hearing is the way forward. This is where many people in Nigeria are going to make money. You just need to understand these things, and you're going to get a great yield. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can we move to the next picture?
I want to say a big thank you to our last speaker for the incredible knowledge and learning. And thank you so much, Mr. Sam. So I'm going to call on Mr. Martins Ogundare of Hub Connect. Are you in the room? Mr. Martins, please come up to the stage. You're next. And while Mr. Martins is doing his speech, I'd like to know if we have the following pictures in the room. Mr. Isaac Iyang, we've not been able to get a hold of you, and Mr. Olukorede Ademola. If you are in the room, please come see me by the media table. Thank you.
While Mr. Martins approached the stage, quick recognition of the Special Advisor to Mr. President on Economic Affairs, Dr. Tokbe Fashua, is here. Thank you for being here.
Hello and good morning, everyone. My name is Martin Sogundare. I'm the founder and CEO of UpConnect. UpConnect is basically a software as a service platform.
Can you please increase your volume a little?
Okay.
Raise the microphone. Just raise the microphone. Yes. Go ahead.
Permit me to be a bit nervous. This is the first time I will be seeing a crowd like this. Just please permit me. Okay.
So just to encourage you, you have a great voice, you have a great face, and you can do it. So let's go. Most importantly, you're Nigerian. You're a great guy. So let's go.
Okay, thank you very much for that reception. UpConnect is basically a business interconnectedness and symbiotic platform. We are a platform that brings businesses together, and then we try as much as possible to, create opportunities for our users in the platform. UpConnect, we recognize the challenges that indigenous communities face in accessing financial services, as well as the billions of naira lost to corporate banking industry, theft, and fraudulent companies in the country. This led us to our solution, which is business interconnectivity and symbiotic funding, which involves incorporating new financial systems to enable adequate security and boost the economic power of each indigenous communities. Emphasis on the indigenous communities in Nigeria. This is where our bulk load of traction is coming from. If we can understand Uber for transport, we can understand Airbnb for hotels and the likes, and if you can understand the symbiotic relationship between a platform like Chowdeck, Glovo, to the restaurants that you have around you, then you should be able to understand UpConnect. UpConnect is trying to create a platform where everyone has access to funding, business has access to funding, and everyone have access to earn. Regardless of the place, regardless of the time, we are focusing on activating a $247 trillion economy according to the mandate of the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So if you take your time to please follow me as we go through the slides. Next slides, please. Next slide. So UpConnect is simply business interconnectivity and symbiotic funding, a system that influences individuals, families, and organizations to production, professionalism, and partnership. Something similar to what the previous picture mentioned, simply Safelyfy or something. That is for those in the diaspora. This is for our Nigerian brothers. This is for our Nigerian businesses. So, simply known as the 3P economy: production, professionalism, and partnership, addressing the pressing issues of unemployment, corruption, and poverty in Africa, particularly Nigeria. Next slides, please. So I would want us to just take a glimpse at this tweet. The first tweet is from Tech Cabal. It says, fintech companies aim to bank most of Africa's unbanked population. My question to the fintech companies here today is, are you banking a poor population? Are you banking a population that has no capital to save? The best way to make the future better is to build it. Here and now is us deciding to build what Nigeria will look like in 5-10 years to come. If we have this symbiotic opportunity, to connect with ourselves, and then we bring the value of our connection. This is a tweet from a guy. He said, don't sleep on Nigeria as a tech hub. English is the lingua franca. Also, culture shames one. These people are really fighting for a better life. They give it the best on any track. Time zone is perfect. This is somebody not in Nigeria telling you that Nigeria is a big up for talent. Next slides, please. So business interconnectedness as it relates to UpConnect. UpConnect will harness the strength of business organizations and utilize digital tools, seamlessly integrating real-life communication like WhatsApp, project management, mobile payments, and blockchain to create a connected, efficient, and fair economy for all. Please, I don't want to bamboozle you with too much talks. What I'm trying to say is that we have the platforms. We have individual businesses solving a particular need, solving a particular problem. UpConnect is here to unite all of these businesses in one place so that you have the access to whatever service you need, and then we get our commission from there. That is what UpConnect aims to achieve. Next slides, please. Okay, this is just a brief history of business interconnectedness. Without the internet, we will not be seated here today. So the domain name system was leveraged on that. The World Wide Web was also leveraged on that. The first version of Bitcoin that was released in 2009 leveraged on that internet that some people called FAD in the early 90s. So I think this is an opportunity for the businesses around to come together and let's see how we can actually, make our economy work. Next slides, please. So Africa before UpConnect. Few job opportunities. Many people can't find work suited to their skills, which is something that I know we can all relate to.
You have 1 minute more.
Okay, please. A lot of guys are out there. They are actually doing what they shouldn't be doing. They are in the wrong profession, not because they want to be there, but because there is no opportunity, there is no platform for them. UpConnect comes to solve this problem. So if you can look through, you can see what Africa is at the moment. Next slides, please. So we are going to create more jobs, everything in one place, earn fairly, and work freely. The Nigerian government have been trying everything possible to see how Nigerians can work and be paid hourly. UpConnect has come to solve that problem. UpConnect will enhance and help young Nigerians to get paid per second. I don't know if you heard that. UpConnect will help Nigerians to get paid per second. If you are earning, let's say, 50 kobo per second, you know what that means if you do that for 4 hours. Now, we are trying to take away where you put in your job, you put in your effort into a job, and at the end of the day, you are given chicken change compared to what your mates are earning outside the country. So UpConnect is coming to solve that problem. Inclusive for all, boost for small business. Next slides, please, my time. There is only one boss. Okay, this is just more about how we intend to infiltrate the market. Many a times you see yourself, approaching a vendor, and then the kind of response you get from the vendor, you'll be like, you are not the only person doing this. There should be options for me. If you treat me bad, then you should be fired. Not leaving your job, but me taking my money to the next place. This is what Sam Walton said, the CEO of Walmart. He said, there's only one boss, the customer, as he can fire everybody in the company, from the chairman on down, simply by spending his money elsewhere. That is the kind of economy that we are looking at, where everyone gets true value for their money, either as a worker or probably as a business. Next slide. So these are some of the features that we are bringing on board, seamless integration across all sectors. The key point is we are connecting over 50 industries together, access to both job opportunities and essential services, centralized platform reducing the need for multiple apps and service providers. Next slide. Efficient communication and collaboration. Next slide. Digital payment and secure transactions. Next slide. Data-driven insight and integration. Next slide. Next slide, please. The next chapter for UpConnect. As technology continues to penetrate our daily lives, we can expect UpConnect to progress and include more flexible, accessible, and cost-effective channels that more and more people can take advantage of in years to come. Next slide, please. So these are the opportunities for businesses that are looking to partner with us. You can see access to wider talent pool, streamlined recruitment process, enhanced collaboration and network. Please, I want to say something concerning this part. A lot of times we have come across situations where you don't find people employable to your business. You have what it takes to employ them, but because they are not employable. So we are coming to solve that problem as well. Expansive market reach, enhanced marketing and brand visibility, opportunities for SMEs. Next slide. So for our consumers, you can see that there are loads of benefit for you in UpConnect. Next slide. So, if you agree with me that agriculture is the largest employer of labor globally. So, if you look at Nigeria and you see how green everywhere is, you should be convinced that agriculture is one of our major selling points in UpConnect.
All right, thank you.
Please, I would like just a minute, please.
Okay.
Next slide, next slide. Next slide. Next slide. So this is what we are asking for. We are asking for 100 million naira for a 5% equity for UpConnect. Next slide. So in 2 years, we anticipate over 3 million UpConnectors through the platform and over 5 billion naira in revenue. This revenue will be derived from transaction fees, investment returns, revenue sharing arrangements with businesses that adopt our platform.
All right, thank you. You've done great. Thank you very much, UpConnect. Mr. Moderator, give me a moment to quickly recognize the Chairman, National Assembly House of Representatives Committee on Diaspora, Honorable Sir Tochukwu Okere, is here. Also, we recognize here with us the Group Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the NNPC, is ably represented here, and that's the Group Chief Executive Officer, NNPC Limited, Mr. Mele Keari, represented by Dr. Mrs. Oluwakemi Olumuyiwa, Head Relationship and Stakeholders Management, NNPC Limited. Thank you for being here. We'll get to do some other recognitions shortly. Mr. Moderator?
Thank you so much, Mr. MC. It's been a very insightful session. UpConnect. I'm really thrilled by the solution that you're offering. And let me also add that the advantage of this solution is that it's going to solve our unemployment rates. And I also believe that this particular model is similar to what Andela did. And today Andela is a billion-dollar company connecting talent with global organizations. And I'm sure that in the next few years, UpConnect will also be doing the same thing, connecting our local content, our talent with international corporations. Let's take questions so that we don't take too much of the time as we are moving into the opening session.
If you have any question, please raise your hand. We have just a few more moments to round off this session. So let's take that question.
Thank you so very much. My name is Dr. Ibrahim Salah from USA. My question is, I know you rushed through your slide. Can you tell us how many users you have using UpConnect at this time? That's number one. Number two, if somebody is based in, say, Benin Republic, not in Nigeria, can they have access to using UpConnect? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. First, I would like to say that UpConnect is a startup, and we just started operation last year. We finalized our documentation 2 months ago with the Nigerian government. So for now, we are just a startup. We have no user base, honestly. We are working on our platform, our mobile app, and just this morning, I got a call from our developer, and then we are just starting operation. And concerning the African expansion, we want to focus locally in our market here in Nigeria before we expand. So with time, once we have the market base here in Nigeria, then we can, move forward to other African countries. Thank you.
We'll take the hand at the very back, over there.
Thank you. My name again is Frederick Adekunle Fayomi. I am the CEO of Accept Incorporated, a fintech company located in Dallas, Texas. Also CEO of Blackground Resources. We spoke about wonderful product and services. Now my question to you is, what are you doing in the area of compliance? I mean, we have money laundering going all around the globe. Can you speak on your measures and your program for anti-money laundering? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that. UpConnect is a platform that integrates solutions together in one place. So with our regulations with the Nigerian government, we have plans to know the persons that will be registering on our platform. If you are registering as a professional, you are registering with your license as a professional. If you are coming in as a user, you are also going to be registered based on the fact that you are a Nigerian and then you have some valid means of identification. So, peradventure, if there is any misconduct, you can be traced, and then all other necessary verification or further verifications can be made on that person. That's it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. For time's sake, you may want to close it here. But just a quick recognition of Dr. Maureen Tamner, the GMD Abuja Investment Company Limited. He's in the building. A round of applause for him.
Okay, so we're going to wrap up with this. I think one of the first things that stood out to me in Michael is his truthfulness. And you see, in business, if you're going to invest in people, you need to like them. And one of the things that you want to look out for is their character. Because he was asked the question, how many businesses do you have? And, you know, most people would have said, we have 10,000, or he just told the truth. So straight away, I just thought, this is the kind of guy that I can actually invest in because he's telling me the truth. The second question that came out there, truth is a big thing. The second question came from the back about anti-money laundering, and he gave, you know, a common sense answer. But Michael, at the end of this, I will speak to you and I will show you how you can actually use some AI tools to actually help you with that. So anything to do with anti-money laundering. In fact, anyone in Nigeria, there are so many technology tools out there. You just need to know how, right? Once you have the internet, you just need to know how to use it. So I'm going to show you how you're going to get your anti-money laundering done, okay? So other than that, I think it's a startup. I've said it earlier, technology is the way forward. People that don't know OpenAI, you don't know NVIDIA, you don't know what's going on the stock. The biggest market in the world is the stock market, right? It's worth over 300 trillion. So there's no government or anything that comes close to it. Where people are making money is investing in those stock markets. So some of these things that are starting out here now, when they scale, meaning when they increase, they become PLCs. When they become PLCs, they get traded, not just on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, they can go global. And that's another way you can live in Nigeria, invest in Naira, and earn in foreign exchange. So I've given you 3 examples of how people here can work, invest in Naira, and make money in foreign exchange. It's not that hard. You just need to know how to. So Michael, well done, and thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, everyone. I think we've come to the end of this session. I want to encourage you all to please feel free to connect with the...
Okay, we have one more, but just before we take that, let me also inform the House that shortly we'll be inviting the Special Advisor to the President on Economic Affairs, Office of the Vice President, Dr. Tokwe Fashua, for a very brief remark before concluding the session.
Thank you so much, Mr. MC. So I would like to say to the pitchers that we haven't called for this session that we will find time to slot you in before the summit is over. We have one more person for this sector, and then we're going to move into, because the dignitaries are in the room, we're going to move into the opening ceremony. With that said, I'd like to invite Mr. Osas David of Intelsys Technologies, who happened to be somebody I know, and it's taken over a decade to get him to come down here to come and be a part of what we're doing. So with that said, I'd like you to please make welcome Mr. Osas David, my husband. Thank you.
Mr. Davis, although you were introduced by your wife, you have 3 minutes, sir. And I'm going to keep to that 3 minutes.
Thank you, everyone. It's really indeed a privilege to be here. And I want to congratulate everyone that I've presented on the technology platform so far. I'm here also to speak on technology. But I want to also appreciate my wife for that honorable title of being a husband. Thank you so much. All right. I believe my slides should be up now. I have a confession to make. I lost 2 laptops before coming here. My slide, everything went away. So if you see just words on the screen, I hope to just speak to that. And the passion in my heart, and I hope that convey or that speak true. So I'm waiting for the coordinator that if they can please project what...
please project the slides.
Quickly put up. Okay. So our company is called Intelsys. In abbreviation, it's Intelligent System Technology. So if you think of us, I want you to leave, when you leave this hall today and think of Intelsys, I want 3 things to stick in your mind, and I'll speak to that. So ours is an idea. We're based in the US as intelligence system, AI intelligence system technology, and recently we are migrating or launching a setup in Nigeria. So ours is an idea of intelligence systems. And one of the key words I want you to leave here with today is plug and play. Plug and play technology. So if you think of a technology, think of your car or think of your phone. These are complex systems, okay? That you don't need to be an engineer to drive a car. You go in there, you turn the key, you are good to go. And think of your phone. You don't need to be this IT guru to be able to type, test, or communicate, or make a phone call. You type it, there you go. But why are some of our IT systems today so complex?
Attention,
so
please.
complicated for us
Please
to
permit
use?
me to interrupt the ongoing session to recognize a very distinguished Nigerian, His Excellency, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, distinguished Senator George Akume. We recognize him representing the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. A round of applause for our special guest of honor and keynote speaker represented. You're welcome, Your Excellency.
Thank you.
We will now conclude the session so we can start the opening ceremony. Please go ahead, Mr. Davies. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. So ours is an idea of intelligence system. Next slide, please. So what if we can crack a code? The simple code that intelligence system is attempting to crack as we launch here in Nigeria is do what we call reverse brain drain. How about if we create a seamless platform where we can channel some of our best and brightest children, our children in the diaspora, DNA, I call them DNA. DNA stands for descendants of Nigerians abroad. My kids are in high position, occupying and working in some of the best companies in the United States. They are all over the place. If we think about a country like India, think about Singapore, think about even China and some of these, it was some of their children that went back home and built an infrastructure that they are now a global competitor wherever they go. So for us Nigerians, our kids, some of them are afraid to come home. Some of them, when they come here, they don't know what to do. I remember visiting a few summers ago, with my children. And we visited, one of our father in the Lord in faith. And my daughter came to me and said, a man of God lived here with all this affluent and challenged me and said some of the persons in their churches have nowhere to stay. How come we have these cars? We live in this, a man of God live in this mansion. Their paradigm is different from ours. Their orientation is different from ours. So if we find a way to bring them in through technology and connect them with the brightest of children in Nigeria, some of the talented, gifted technology experts in Nigeria today, and merge their talent together, I call that a revolution. And that is what we are trying to do as intelligence system. If we merge the bright and brightest Nigerian youth, or collaborate them or bring them together with our youth, our children abroad, I believe they are unstoppable. So if you think about a company like PricewaterhouseCoopers or McKinsey or Accenture, they're all over the place. Where I stayed in VIA in Lagos, they are big businesses or buildings over there have their logo. So why can't we build one? So intelligences, we're here, intelligence system, to bring our bright and brightest technology. We're a technology-based company, and we're going to touch every channel, every verticals of business, from healthcare to fintech to agriculture, and anything technology, anywhere technology can make an impact, we will be there to change and revolutionize. And another key word, I said plug and play. So think about DNA, and then think about, revolution. So if you live here today, go with those key words. Our descendants of Nigerians abroad, we want to bring them home to help transform our system, to help transform our country, whether it's through revolution in the area of technology or through implementing systems that will indeed add value or transform the lives of the way we know it here today. And we can do it. So we are in the forefront of that. And I'm here today to also evaluate some of my competitors or some of the technology team here to evaluate those that will fit or meet our metrics in terms of whether you pass our system of evaluation as when we use the words whether you meet the one of a green belt or a black belt, we know where to place you as a technology partner. We already have our partners abroad, overseas, but what will be so good, a sweet spot for us, will be in a platform like this to form technology partner that can come alongside to implement project and technology.
Thank
so
you,
we're
sir.
starting with Nigeria, and hopefully we'll take our revolution, our idea throughout Africa to revolutionize technology. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Moderator, you will permit me, we would need to conclude this session. Just to conclude it, we'll take just one comment. So we'll need to conclude this session and give information that we will continue with the pitching later after the opening ceremony. So Mr. Moderator and interventionist, please a round of applause for them as we will conclude this session now. We'll all rise now for the national anthem.